Rekkanition. Makers of Portland. Now listen with your host, Rekka.
Happy Saturday, guys. What is up? And today I have for you J.Laro, right?
J.Laro.
I knew I was saying it wrong. I was like, because I don't think we ever met, right?
Yeah, I don't think so. We might have passed, out and about, but
yeah,
it's
like
not
how long have you
formally.
been making music?
Shoot, so I've been making music for like 10 years.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I just recently actually changed my name. It
Oh,
used to
really?
be J Phenom. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if
So-
I heard that either. Are you from Portland?
For the most part, yeah, I grew up out here. I was born in Tempe, Arizona.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a Portlander.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm pretty late to the party because I finally checked out all your shit, and I was like, dude, like that song you made about Geminis, like, because I'm a Gemini, so I was
you
like,
are?
dude, you were actually on point.
Oh, right
Like the
on.
stuff you're talking about is
For
like
real, you
legit.
are?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
So I was listening to the lyrics. I'm like, how does he know this? And I was like, are you a Gemini?
Me, nah.
And I was
I'm a
like, how do you know
Pisces.
all this then? Because you pay attention then, because
Yeah, I might have had a Gemini experience in my past though.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
like
where it came from. So
yeah,
Yeah.
and scoot a little forward.
oh, got you.
There you go. Now I can hear you. Great. No, is that like for, do you have a girlfriend? Is that for your girlfriend, wife, or anything like that? Or was that like you met someone and it just...
Ooh, I don't know. You'll have to find out.
Yeah.
No, it's not for a current girlfriend. It was inspired by, a past situation. And I'm kind of into the astrology stuff. I'm
Yeah.
not I don't live and die by it, but I do think a lot of it can be true and accurate, and it can resonate. And so, yeah, I didn't even, it just kind of came to me too.
Yeah.
The Gemini girl, the hook's kind of repetitive, and that just stuck with me. And then I took it and ran with it. It was hard to write too, because, I wanted to make it positive.
Yeah.
I wanted to touch on the different, personalities, both, I don't want to say bad, but, the difficult traits and also the good traits that make a Gemini favorable too.
No, yeah, you're right though, because you were talking about how Geminis will lose focus on things pretty easy or get bored.
Mm-hmm.
And that's so true. And so if somebody doesn't understand that, we can irritate people so much by being that kind of person. Because one minute we're all about it, and the next we're like, oh, on to the next thing,
Exactly.
So it's dope to hear a song about, someone like me, where I'm like, oh, dude, you're actually right. Most people misinterpret it, but you're right on point with it. So
hey, it's good to
I
know.
thought that was sick.
Gemini approved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is definitely Gemini
Hey.
approved. Yeah, for
Right
sure.
on.
Because I'm a total Gemini like that. I'm back and forth. I'm sometimes really friendly, and then sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm either really nice or sometimes kind of mean. It's just, I'm two different people.
Yeah. What about in terms of love life?
Oh, it's the worst. It's so
Oh,
hard.
yeah.
Yeah, because you get bored really easy. It's weird because I'm the type of person that I want to go out pretty often, but I also want to stay in pretty often. You just got to figure out which day it is,
Yeah.
and so I don't know.
That's what I said in the song. I said, she's got two sides. She be low and she be high.
Mm-hmm.
She's just looking for someone to make her feel alive.
Yep, exactly. Because that's kind of what it is. I think any guy that I've dated, the favorite was always the ones that were adventure types that like to just get up and go,
Gotcha.
Randomly. Because I think that's pretty important in my life. Someone who's willing to make it their plan and just
Right.
bring me along. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's do it,
I got you.
But I'm also
dig
a
it.
Netflix and chill kind of person too.
Yeah.
Just depends on my day, I guess.
Exactly.
No,
Two sides.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so you said you just changed your name, and
Yeah.
and then what was that, a recreation of yourself, you think? Or
Yeah. So just a little story. So I went under J Phenom when I started making music about 13. I had some success with it too. I did a lot of shows when I was in high school. Did a couple openings out here at the Roseland for some major artists. And then as I got older, kind of in my early 20s, I actually started branching out into the apparel industry. started building my own brand, and I started working at a franchise that does custom printing and apparel, and I just kind of got immersed in that world and got really passionate about it. And I didn't necessarily ever stop making music, but I just kind of took a little hiatus from it. And I had kind of a major event in my life where I feel like music called me back, and I started really recording, and I mix and record myself at home. So I just sat there for a couple months and made probably 2 or 3 dozen songs. And through that process too, I felt a little bit of a disconnect from my old name just because I was younger, and the music style that I had at that time was a lot different from what I feel like it is now and where it's headed. And so, yeah, I just kind of shifted gears and changed my name. It was like a 2 or 3 month process for me to actually convince myself of it. And I just had to like make it happen. So I changed my name on all my platforms.
Yeah.
And I just recently, the last kind of the final hurrah to make it official was I changed my Instagram name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
You
and I was
finally
kind of
pulled the
like,
plug on it.
yeah, letting it go and moving on to this next phase of J.Laro, and I'm looking forward to where it's headed.
Well, that makes sense too, because you said you took like a little hiatus and you grew, you know. So
Yeah.
then when you come back to it, you're like, I was there at this point, but I'm ready for this, you know. So that's dope that you did that.
Exactly.
You know, it wasn't like something dumb of like, oh, I just made up a new one. It was like you rebranded yourself, and that's sick.
Right.
And so how long have you been, like, how old were you when you first got into music? Like when it first like sparked, you know?
Like 13 was when I got in the studio for the first time and made
And you
my
went
first
into
track.
a studio too?
Yeah.
Oh,
just
sick.
just a home studio, but
Yeah.
that was the start of it. My first song I ever made was actually a remix to My Life by Lil Wayne and The Game.
Oh yeah. I remember that
Long
track.
time ago. Yeah.
Dude, that's sick. Yeah, because I mean, back I was kind of young when I did that kind of stuff, but I never even thought of a studio until I was like 18. So if you were already starting that,
Yeah.
that's sick. That's something
Definitely.
that I hope like my kid gets into when she's that age, you know, like.
Yeah. No, definitely my like first dream was basketball. I
Oh
was
yeah.
always in athletics, and then come middle school, I started really getting into poetry and writing. I'd come home after school, do my homework, and I'd put on YouTube beats
Oh,
and
me
just
too.
start
Yeah.
freestyling on back in the day the webcam on the computer. I probably had a couple of hundred videos.
What?
And
That's
yeah,
so sick.
I had like a neighbor who had a brother who ran a little home recording studio, and she connected me with him. And ever since then, once I first got on the mic, the rest was history.
Yeah, that is super sick. What would you say, like, because I haven't heard all your music, I've only really heard the Gemini one, but what would you say your direction is with yours? Because you said you found a new direction.
Mhm.
What do you think what are you chasing? You know, what kind of music do you want to make?
Yeah, I definitely say it's going in more of an R&B direction.
Oh yeah.
As opposed to back in the day, I think I was definitely more of a spitter.
Oh yeah.
I was rapping a lot, and I think the shift for me happened too when I invested in my own studio. That's when I really got to create my sound. Because when you're going into like a studio on a time, you're in there, you got to be ready. You know, you got 2 or 3 hours or whatever 8-hour block, and you got to do your thing, and you're paying money. You don't get to sit there, or if you do sit there and kind of create in that time, you know that you're spending money for that time. But when you have it at your disposal, you can really hone in and, you know, figure out your sound. And I think I got more in touch with my singing voice that I kind of always knew I had, but I never really explored. And once I kind of got the hang of it, I started liking that direction, and that's where a lot of my music has been going. So a lot of love songs. So the first probably like 5 or 6 songs you'll see me put out are all gonna definitely be along the lines of love, heartbreak, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
That's sick. I love when people like actually like, you know, kind of fall into themselves and look at what they're interested in, because it's really easy for especially newer artists to kind of pick off of whatever they see around them.
Right.
And then it's like, well, you're just like sitting down with yourself and really like thinking like, what do I like? And I think that's sick. And so is this all like an album, or is it all singles that you're dropping? Because you dropped the Gemini Girl. Is that out? It's out now.
Yeah, that's out now, all platforms. Following that, I think the plan is to drop a couple solid singles.
Yeah.
I think as I'm kind of making my debut back into the game, I think singles will, have more value than dropping a whole tape. I need to build
Yeah.
up my listeners again and start getting shows going and getting the name out there again, and then I'll follow it up with a project that has, something good for the people. But I have a couple singles lined up already.
Yeah. You're
Gemini
waiting.
Girl, we're gonna promote that, let it do its thing, and then I'm following it up. I want to have at least like 5 tracks out by the end of the year.
Oh yeah.
Going into 2022, yeah.
Yeah, it's sick. I think that singles also have like a little bit more longevity than the album, because I mean, people just kind of listen to them all and move on with them their lives. But if they're constantly seeing that single all the time and listening to it, then it gets stuck in their head.
Yeah.
And then it, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like that happens to me at least when like new songs drop and they blast them everywhere. It's like I don't even like the song sometimes, but it's stuck in my head. And
Yeah.
that's all we need, is to be stuck in your head, you know?
Exactly.
No, I love that song. And yeah, like you said, it's Gemini approved, like for real. If you are a Gemini, you got to listen to it, especially if you're a chick and you listen to it, you're like, how did you know?
Yeah.
Like, how did you know? So I'm excited to share that and show that to people too, and be like, I'm a Gemini, check it out, man.
Hey, right on.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
sick.
it.
And so do you have any, like, have you been doing any shows? I know it's still kind of weird right now with COVID back and forth, but
Yeah, no, I haven't been doing shows yet. Upon releasing more music, that's something I'm definitely going for.
yeah.
Once again, probably drop a couple singles so I have a little bit of a catalog to perform. But definitely I love live shows. Back in the day when I got the opportunity to open up at the Roseland,
Yeah,
that was a
wild.
blast. It's a high like no other, being on that stage. And I can only imagine when you get to the level where you got people actually reciting your words verbatim and whatnot. That's has got to be something else, and that's the dream there. So
yeah, I think honestly that's where my dream is. Like, I could give a shit less about being famous, even though it would help.
Yeah,
like it's more about like that, like people actually listening to your music,
for real,
you know, and them understanding the message and something they sing every day, and can, like you said, come to the shows and rock out with you.
Yeah,
that's way more important.
Oh, definitely. I told you I did like apparel too, have my own brand, and seeing people wear it, that's another thing too. It's the same type of thing, whether someone's putting like a shirt or hoodie on their body and going out wearing that all day, or they're taking the time out of their day to listen to your song, driving in the car
and
just
posting about it.
Yeah, just knowing like a little piece of you is out there floating around in the world. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That is a solid thing. My DJ does that. He like always reps one of my hats. And
Oh,
so
right
I'll
on.
see him in pictures like wearing my hat. I'm like, you're so dope. Like, because that is awesome, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what's awesome about Portland. And we always try to like rep each other, like the show, even like giving people recognition,
Yeah.
you know? Because we're artists out here and we're pushing it. Even through the pandemic, you know, we still were doing it. When was it that you just got, because you said you just got back into music recently?
Yeah.
When was that? Like super recent, or?
Honestly, probably like the start of this year.
Oh yeah. So even in the pandemic, you're like, something's calling me to get back there. You know? That's sick. That's when you know that it's going to be some solid music too.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so, have you worked with any of the other artists in town? Like, because I feel like I don't know you, so I feel like you probably know people I know at least.
Yeah, I mean, throw out some names. I'll let you know.
Oh man,
like,
there's so many.
Yeah, nah, I don't have any features right now.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to kind of.
Well, you just got back into it. So.
Yeah, exactly. But it's something I'm definitely interested in, and I haven't done a lot of in the past.
Yeah.
And I know that there can be a lot of power in collaboration too, especially if it's a solid project.
Yeah.
You get the benefit of, two audiences. You're promoting, their work to your audience and vice versa.
Yeah.
So that's how, you get that snowball effect. And there's a lot of talented artists out here for sure. The independent game is blowing up. There's a lot of talent.
Well, and you also got that like R&B style to you too. So it's going to be so easy for like you to, match up with some rapper, another R&B, like really any kind of artist. You can fit in with that. Because it sounds like you're pretty versatile. Like you could kind of just go with how you feel.
Yeah,
so
I like to say so.
Sick. Yeah, and then so there's a video too. And
the Gemini Girl?
Yep.
Yeah, just dropped the video. We put the single out first, let that kind of do its thing for a while, and then we just dropped the visual. So yeah, we shot it out in Arizona, so it's a different kind of aesthetic, different vibe. It's in the middle of the summer, so it looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all got to check it out.
That's sick. Arizona. That's
Yeah.
sweet. Did you flew out there just for the video too?
I've actually been out there a lot lately.
Really?
Yeah, this last year I've been able to do a lot of my work remotely. So I've
Mhm.
been out in Arizona. That's where I'm from. That's where I was born.
Oh, wow.
So just kind of reconnecting with there, and my mom's out there. So that's
Oh,
a big thing.
yeah.
Got to go see moms.
Well,
And,
and having a music video there to kind of rep where you're from is always really dope too.
Yeah.
That's super
We
sick.
got two. The next one's from out there too.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome. I'm excited for that.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Should
and
be
then
cool.
how do you know Shado?
Oh, wow. Shado.
Shout out
DJ
Shado, by the way.
Yes, sir, man. Wouldn't be here without you. So, like I said, I used to grow up playing basketball. That was my dream. And I had a coach who knew that I was starting to develop an interest in music.
Yeah.
And he was longtime friends with Shado, who is,
wow.
DJing, doing all the different things he does, multifaceted entertainment.
He does like everything.
Yeah, interviews, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of paired me up with him and just said, hey, I got this young dude, teach him a couple things about this game, give him some advice. And we met up a few times. He showed me his studio, and prior to the home studio I had been at for the first time, he kind of really showed me what this was all about, gave me some pointers. I was like 14, so I was pretty young to the game, and ever since he's just been like a mentor.
Yeah.
Mentor, friend.
He's a good one too, because he's a really good guy. Yeah. That's sick though. Yeah, because I mean, he brought you in here too.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to get this guy on your show. And he's right, because that shit's dope.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. And I can't wait to see you like do live shows too. Definitely going to come through to that.
Okay.
It's going to be sick.
I got you.
Yeah, and if you ever want to collab, just saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey.
Just putting it out there.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, like, what other hobbies do you have? What's like the real you?
The
like,
real J.Laro?
Yeah. I mean, I know you're busy doing other things, but what do you do when you settle down?
Oh, that's a tough one. I feel like I've been in a place in my life where I haven't been settling down a lot.
Yeah.
I need to actually do more of it. I need to relax more. But when I'm not making music or grinding with the clothing, I'm definitely still into fitness. I like working out, I like running, playing basketball still.
Mm-hmm.
I still have a competitive edge, and I feel like competing, playing basketball, even if it's just recreationally, still kind of keeps that drive. I'm definitely a bar, good food type of guy.
Oh yeah, foodie.
Oh, most definitely. Bad sweet tooth. Got that from my mom.
I'm the same way. I love sweet stuff so much.
Yeah.
What are your like favorite spots in Portland for food?
For food, I'm really bummed out because I think it closed after COVID, and to my knowledge, it hasn't opened back up yet. But the Yard House, have you ever been there?
I don't think I have.
It's off of Broadway or something like that. But they have, first off, probably the most beers on tap. I don't even drink beer, but I know a lot of people out here do.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a bunch of beers on tap, huge menu, good mixed drinks. That was one of my favorite spots.
That's sick. We'll have to see if it's still open.
Yeah. I live actually over near kind of Old Town Pearl, near Providence Park. And we got like the Matador Mexican restaurant over there. We got the Ringside Steakhouse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, their happy hour.
Justin over there is like, woo!
Steak bites, all that good stuff. I like a lot of things. I like Asian restaurants too. We got like the Thai Bloom. That's fire.
Have you ever been to Luck Lack?
I haven't.
Dude.
The Vietnamese spot? Yeah, no, I haven't.
It's so good.
Every time I attempted, it was like lying around the corner.
It always is, yeah. And COVID made it worse too, because now it's like you have to wait an hour to get seated outside.
Oh, really?
But like before that, it wasn't so bad because you would wait in this long line and then they'd have you wait. But by the time they like gave you your drink, your food was like ready at your table.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it wasn't so bad before COVID.
Yeah.
Hopefully that gets changed, but you got to check that spot out.
Okay.
That's like my favorite.
Yeah.
I'm like obsessed with Asian food, like any Asian food.
Really?
Yeah, I love it all. It's so
bet.
good. Yeah. Mexican food's pretty good too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love like all kinds of food. And there's just so much in Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could eat all day and like not try everything.
It's been tough though, because I feel like everything's been closing early, or they're
Oh
at like
yeah.
capacities right now. So yeah, I've been struggling to find new places. But have you ever been to the Screen Door?
I don't think so. No.
Ooh,
Yeah, Justin again.
yeah, you got to check that out too.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. The Screen Door.
Yeah, it's breakfast food, chicken. I get like a chicken and waffle dish.
Oh.
The head chef's name is Dan Grill.
Dan
Dan
Grill.
Grill.
Yeah, he's a
Perfect.
great dude.
Yeah.
So, didn't mean to interrupt. I'll let you.
Shout out Dan.
Shout
I love
out
your
Dan.
food, man.
Yeah, apparently he makes the good, you know?
Yeah.
So I got to check that out. No, there is so many in Portland, like underground spots. I noticed we lost a lot of them during COVID, like a lot of good ones too, but we also got a few new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like people just making it happen, like with food trucks and carts and just doing the thing.
Yeah.
Have
Glad
you
to see
ever heard of Hype, like Prince Hype? He has galactic grapes. Have you ever tried those?
It actually sounds kind of
They're
familiar.
like candied grapes.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen that on the gram.
Yeah, they're sick. Like, and he keeps getting people keep messing with his truck apparently, like breaking into it and stuff. So
Oh,
that
man.
sucks. And quit doing that, you know.
Yeah.
But
It's a food truck.
yeah, it's a food truck, but it's for his grapes. Like he has all different flavors. He even does it with like other fruit too. It's
Okay.
pretty bomb. Or have you heard of Mando's?
Yeah.
Mando's
Yeah.
is bomb too.
I haven't been there yet either.
Really? They
Yeah.
got, you know what's cool is they always have like kind of something different on the menu.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember what the chicken's called. They were like these spicy, zingy, like wing things. But oh my gosh, it was like the best thing of my life.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you definitely got to go there. And I think it's his wife or someone makes like these random desserts
Oh,
that
dang.
they sell and they change pretty often.
Okay.
It's super good.
They got desserts. I'm there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like all the time because I always see him post like, oh, we're going to do this day. And I'm like, dude, who's making this? This is sick.
Yeah.
It's probably him and his wife making them, or I don't know if he's married.
Shoot, that's a good dream. Making good food with your lover.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
No, right? You get back from selling all the food. She's done with all these beautiful cupcakes. Sounds like a fairy tale to me.
Yeah.
Like,
Damn right.
yeah. I would be like stoked for the holidays and that kind of family. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah. Bacon. See, I grew up with a pretty small family, and my mom, amazing. She can do everything, and I hope she doesn't get mad at me if she ever hears this. She wasn't the world's biggest cook,
Yeah.
and so therefore I didn't get the best cooking skills myself, but I'm learning.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's fun when you actually do put the time in and you make something and it's bomb. It's really gratifying.
Oh,
I feel like too with cooking, you spend 2 hours eating or cooking for the 10 minutes to
Oh my
eat
God.
and enjoy it.
And then you got to
Yeah.
clean it up. Like, oh, yeah, I feel the same way sometimes. Like, that's why I've been trying to do like the little easy things.
Uh-huh.
Or have you heard of those like food delivery like brands? I started
yeah.
doing that like during COVID because it was just too crazy to go to the store, and
Uh-huh.
like that was bomb. And I saved like all my recipes, and so now that I stopped using it because it was just kind of too expensive, and
Got you.
sometimes I'd waste it and stuff. And but I started using the recipes, and like
Oh, right on.
yeah, and I was like, how come I never did this before? Like, actually just look up a recipe. Like, it seems so
Uh-huh.
old school to us now almost, you know? Because I'm like, oh, I could look up on my phone.
Yeah.
But since they all sent them to me, it was their choices. So then I got to try new things. And actually, there's like a lot of weird mixtures that I would never put together. That's like amazing, you know?
Nah, I feel you. I used to be kind of a picky eater.
Mm,
I'd get a lot of
yeah.
stuff like plain and whatnot.
Same.
And as I grew up, I started kind of expanding my horizons.
Mm-hmm.
My taste buds started liking different things. And I'm the
Mhm.
same way. I got a meal prep service too,
Yeah.
because it gets timely trying to do it yourself. I don't know
Yeah.
about you. I'm a single man. I got a lot of other things. I'm still trying to just keep up with my laundry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let alone cooking good meals every day. So having it ordered definitely helps.
Yeah, and you skip the grocery store and all the things like that. At least during
Yeah.
like the pandemic, it was nice
Mhm.
just to have it shipped to my door all the time. But once things did start open up, I'm like, oh, I miss going out to eat.
Oh,
You know?
definitely.
Yeah, and I have noticed that it's more in Portland that things are more shut down. Because like I live kind of out of Portland, and any area around there, it's pretty open.
It is.
So yeah, I mean, it really depends on the city, and that's what's strange.
Yeah.
Is like I thought we were all united. So
Right.
when you travel places, it's really odd because you'll run into places that are wide open. places
Yeah.
that are shut down. It's so odd, even in the same state.
Oh yeah. No, I was telling my friend that too. It's like every state and city is kind of like their own little
Yeah.
district, own little world right now. Cause yeah, the way like Arizona's operating is night and day to Oregon right now.
Oh, really? What's it like?
Yeah. Oh, just it's wide open right now.
Yeah.
No real masks. I think you probably get looked at sideways if you have one.
Right?
Yeah, which I don't know if that's a bad or good thing, but nonetheless, it's just a whole different vibe out there.
Yeah.
It does like it's cool though because it actually feels normal and it
Yeah.
hasn't felt normal for a long time. And you know, I got vaxxed, whatever, so I'm grateful to be able to just go around and have a little more peace of mind. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's just nice. Hopefully we can get there soon too.
Yeah, I know. I cannot wait, especially because it's been really tricky to even think about booking shows
Mhm.
because like I've had a couple times where I booked a show and it had to get canceled because of corona. So
Right.
I mean, for me, like I really want to tour, but I'm like I'm kind of waiting until everyone's working together because I
Yeah.
travel for work all the time.
Okay.
Like and like I just went to Kansas City last weekend and like it was like you said pretty different.
Really?
Like yeah, it just the vibe about it was different. Like nobody was wearing masks really, maybe like inside a building just to get in the building and then everyone would take them off. So it was
Gotcha.
really odd because in
Yeah.
Portland, you know, that wouldn't fly.
Nah, not right now.
Yeah.
Nah, the worst is masks at the gym.
Oh
my gosh.
that's why I haven't gone.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
You
I was
can't
doing
breathe.
cardio. Yeah, trying to play basketball too. I'm over there like having asthma attacks while I'm shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not cool, and you're sweating through that mask too.
Oh,
It's the
and
worst.
I also had an issue where it was like the mask was like pulling on my ear and like scraping behind my ear
Oh yeah.
just from getting sweaty and all the, you know.
Uh-huh.
So it was really odd. And I pulled down my mask while I was on a treadmill because I'm way out of shape and I just couldn't do it. And some lady actually came up and yelled at me.
Oh dang.
Yeah. And I was like, dude, come on. Nobody's around me. Like, so
Yeah,
I could see that being really rough. That's probably why I haven't really been at the gym, to be honest.
I get you on that.
I can barely breathe as it is. I don't think I would last.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it's tough.
yeah. And then so other than that, so like when you do start to do shows, are you gonna be able to go right back to the Roseland, you think? Or do you want to warm yourself up to that? You know, just being in front of people.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd be ready for
You'd
it.
be ready?
Yeah, with the
That's sick.
clothing and whatnot too. I've still been at a lot of events
Yeah,
where
so
I'm
you're
dealing
still
with people, you know. So if anything, I think I'd be excited, and I would
Mhm.
want to assume that, you know, the people would too. Although I'm sure it's weird for every artist right now, even like the major ones,
Yeah.
because it's different, you know, the vibe and seeing people wearing masks and everything's been so virtual over
Mhm.
the last year. I feel like people are again just still figuring out how to act.
Yeah.
You know, if you go to this concert, are people having fun? Are they timid around
Oh
each
yeah.
other or
It
whatnot?
feels it's always a hit or miss too.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can feel like good energy everywhere. And then sometimes you walk in and you're like, what just happened? Like
Yeah. If anything, now that you say that too, that sparks a thought, because I've done shows at a lot of places that were a little smaller venues, kind of dive bar vibes, and sometimes I felt like that was harder to really connect with the audience because you had some people that were there just kind of to have a drink and mingle, didn't even know that a show was going on or
Yeah.
whatnot, and then you had your fan base that might show up to come support. But when you're doing a concert at like a Roseland, Hawthorne, you know, what's it called, Crystal Ballroom type of level, you know, everyone's there to really turn up.
Well, yeah, you
There's
don't have to get anyone's attention. They're all there for a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
So,
makes sense too.
I know sometimes you know, you got to earn your spot at those shows, but that's what I did before, and that's where that energy, it's crazy.
Yeah. Like I feel like if I took a break, like for me when I first did my first show coming back from not really it being shut down, but a little bit, it was like the end of August, the first time in like 2 years or something like that. And I was so nervous when I wasn't expecting to be.
Really?
Because I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's been so long. Like I'm stoked. And then once I was up there, I was like, I forgot everything I was going to say. Like, oh my God, it's crazy to be here. Like, so that's exciting.
Do you get butterflies like when you perform?
Yeah,
You get
only
nervous
the
still?
first song. After that, I'm good. But it's always the first one where I mess up. I'll either forget like words, or I'll just get caught up in the moment, or just not breathe correctly. I don't know what it is. But then after that, I just go with the flow. Yeah. I always tried to have like a break it in song, you know?
I hear you.
And so where can everybody find you at?
So you guys can find me on Instagram, would probably be, the hub, because I have my link tree in there and everything, which can direct you to my YouTube. But nonetheless, Instagram's at real J.Laro. That's real J.Laro. You can search that everywhere pretty much. Normally I have like a dot after it, so it's J.Laro. But I'm on Apple Music, all the streaming platforms, YouTube. We just dropped the video. So everywhere. And if you do want to check out my brand as well, I know I've been speaking on it. I haven't even dropped the name of it. It's called Fastlane Apparel.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, that's fastlaneapparel.co, as well as on Instagram. So you can check that out. Check the designs out. We have some cool stuff, streetwear.
I like the fast lane.
Yeah.
I love cars and stuff. So I'm like, ooh, I'm going to check that out.
Definitely.
That's sick. Well, dope. Thanks for coming through and everything like that. And we got Gemini on here, right, Justin? All right. So yeah, we're going to play the new track, and make sure you guys go watch that video too, because it's super sick and it's for real.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
All right. Well, have a good one, guys.
Gemini girl, Gemini girl, she's a Gemini, Gemini girl, Gemini girl, she's a Gemini, Gemini girl, Gemini girl, fell in love with the Gemini girl, Gemini girl, Gemini girl, she's a Gemini. Gemini, she a Gemini. Shawty, she a freak, yeah, she wanna spend the night. Light colored eyes with the slim, thick thighs. She might make you fall in love and leave you mesmerized. Never know what you gon' get, cause she could change her mind. She might tell the truth, or she might look at you and lie. She got two sides, she be low and she be high. She's just looking for someone to make her feel alive. Take your time, girl. She just wanna see the whole world. She's the type to change your life. She's a crazy Gemini. Ooh, Gemini girl. Gemini girl. She's a Gemini. Gemini girl. Gemini girl. She's a Gemini. She's a Gemini girl. Gemini girl, fell in love with the Gemini girl. Gemini girl, Gemini girl, she's a Gemini. Stimulation, she needs stimulation. If you can't give her that, she might get impatient. And when she fall in love, it's like a vacation. But it don't take her long to lose her concentration. Bad little thing, and she wastes no time. She's one of a kind, and her love is hard to find. She's an air sign, shawty, yeah, she came from the sky. She's a ride or die, gotta keep her by your side. She's the type of girl that could change your life, but her mood, it changed by the day and night. If you fall in love, you might pay the price. You can't hold her down, gotta let her fly. She a
Gemini girl, Gemini girl, she's a Gemini, Gemini girl, Gemini girl, she's a Gemini, Gemini girl. Gemini girl, fell in love with the Gemini girl. She's a Gemini girl. Gemini girl. She's a Gemini.
Baby, tell me why. Oh,